You know, 11-2 heading into league play is pretty good, fellas. It's pretty good. I know all of us say, hey, we could this better, that better. Let's come in tomorrow and hit level 5.
Right corner, Astoria, 3 on the way. 10-point Notre Dame lead. Down and Notre Dame again. Forward pass on over to Astoria. Drives baseline, reverse layup up and good. A brilliant drive.
At the rim, Bonzie Colson.
Now to Beecham who drives the lane for the posterizing jam.
Hello, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball with Mike Brey. I'm Jack Nolan, and Coach, you finished your non-conference schedule 11-2. What did you learn about your team?
I learned that I love our group, Jack. They're workmanlike. Our leadership is good. They're mature. They're stable. I was just really impressed with how coachable they've been. But now we enter the real stuff with ACC play.
Maybe the most important achievement by your team in the month of December was the fact that not only is everybody eligible after final exams, your team achieved a 3.1 GPA.
Really proud of them and not surprised because they're very businesslike off the court as well. 3.1 is the highest team GPA we've had since 2009. They take that same concentration and focus on the basketball court as well.
Now, since we last came to you, Notre Dame has played 4 games, including showdowns with number 1 ranked Villanova and 15th ranked Purdue. We'll be back to break down both of those games right after this timeout.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airline, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and UPS.
It's always a great challenge, a great opportunity to play the number 1 ranked team in the nation, and your team was ready, jumping out to an 8-2 lead.
We were really ready to play, Jack. We got out of the gate. It was an exciting atmosphere for an early December basketball game.
Matt Farrell was ready to play in his home state. He scored 8 of your first 13 points.
You know, he has been a big game delivering guy, and he's played so well on the road.
Another Jersey guy who was ready to play was Steve Astoria. He tied Farrell for game-high scoring honors with 18 points.
I think he was very ready to be back in his home state and ready to play against a team from Philly.
And just as impressive, even though he's not a starter, but TJ Gibbs, another freshman from New Jersey, gave you some good minutes.
I was worried about him. Freshman, back home, back where his brother played. He played like a man, not like a freshman.
Now, Villanova made a run at the end of the first half, but Farrell made a great play to beat the buzzer.
He goes coast to coast right there to give us momentum at halftime. Couldn't have scripted a better half against the defending national champions.
After Villanova took its first lead, Bonzie Colson, who battled all afternoon, came back with a 3-point play. That tied it, and then you got the lead back on a Astoria 3.
You know, it was a great college game. 2 teams, good teams, throwing punches at each other. I loved our poise and our toughness. I thought Villanova did a much better job defending us in the second half. We didn't have many answers for Josh Hart.
Well, you head down to Indy to take on top-ranked Purdue, and again, you get off to a terrific start.
You know, it's a very similar script to the Villanova game, Jack. We're out of the gate. We are flowing offensively. It's clinic-type stuff offensively in the first half.
And it was great in the first half to see VJ Beecham, who really struggled at Villanova. Yep. He got off to a great start. He had a couple of early shots and had 10 points in the first half.
Well, he needed to bounce back. Tough night in New Jersey against Villanova, but that's who VJ's been. He's always been a bounce-back guy.
Matt Farrell has proven himself now to be a guy who rises to the occasion. He did it again. His first career double-double, career-high 22 points, career-high 10 assists.
This guy loves big games, Jack, and he loves playing on the road.
Bonzie Colson, terrific as well. 23 points, 10 rebounds, his 7th double-double of the season.
Well, he is setting a great tone for us with toughness and scoring. I love how he's rebounding the ball for us.
Considering the size of the Purdue front line, I thought Martinez Gevin played by far the best game of his career. He had 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists.
He rose to the occasion against the big front line, physical guy, and he has gotten so much better through our non-league schedule.
Now, a couple of given free throws give you a 17-point lead late in the half. You lead by 14 at halftime, but Purdue comes out and hits you right in the mouth with a 17-5 run.
Really poor start to the second half for us. Purdue was fabulous. We didn't communicate defensively to start the half or through the second half, and that really cost us.
And I talked about that Purdue front line. Caleb Swanigan, now a candidate for Big Ten Player of the Year. He was tough, 26 points and 10 rebounds.
Hard for us to deal with him. I thought he blocked some shots and defended us around the bucket, and we weren't as confident inside with the way he played. He's a big-time player, and they're a heck of a basketball team that kind of imposed their will on us in the second half.
Another big discrepancy in free throws. You were 7 for 9, Purdue 19 of 23, and I know some of that is your aggressiveness on offense.
Yeah, and I think we've got to do a better job of getting to the line because, as we know, it's a great weapon for us, driving the ball, throwing it in the post a little bit. Getting to the foul line is going to be a key for us as we get into ACC play.
So for the second straight game, the Irish get off to a great start against a ranked team, but cannot hold on, and they end up losing to 15th-ranked Purdue, 86-81. 2 more games remain on the non-conference schedule, and we'll take a look at the highlights of both of those games right after this timeout. 2 days after your loss to Purdue, you're right back on this court, which is a good thing, and Martinez Gebben helped you jump out to a 7-0 lead, scoring your first 2 field goals.
I thought he was great, and the good thing about when we throw it to him in the post, he's such a good passer, but if he's played one-on-one, we want him to go take it, and he did that.
Now, Colgate played well, and it took a burst of 5 straight VJ Beecham points about midway through the first half to give you a comfortable lead for good.
I thought VJ again was in great bounce-back mode. He really wanted to play. He was chomping at the bit after a tough night in Indianapolis, but he can jumpstart us at any time.
You always look to Austin Torres for energy off the bench. No better example than this game. In one 26-second stretch late in the first half, he blocked a shot and came up with a steal that led to a layup that made it 31-20, and then he came up with another steal for a breakaway dunk.
He is fabulous in that role, and that's who he is in that clip right there. Charges, steals, energy plays. We will need him through ACC play.
You shoot 47% in the first half, 57% in the second half. You beat Colgate 77-62. Did your team give you what you wanted out of that game?
Yeah, I was happy with how we played. I thought we needed to bounce back. We did have our eyes a little bit in our hearts on a Christmas break, a much-needed Christmas break. The only thing that was disappointing, 14 turnovers.
Now you came back, one more non-conference game after Christmas against St. Peter's. You scheduled them for a reason.
They play very Virginia-like, the pack line defense, long offensive possessions. You weren't going to blow them out. They were going to grind you. There weren't going to be many possessions in the game because basically they're burning. And I thought it was kind of a mental toughness test game, which we did a pretty good job in.
Talked about VJ hunting his shot. He scored 5 of your first 6 points.
He got off to a great start. He's being aggressive. He needs to continue to do that.
Beecham had a game-high 18 points. Colson, again, very good game. At one point, he made a terrific baseline spin move and knocked down a pretty floater. His repertoire of shots is amazing.
He's an amazing shot maker, Jack. He can be off balance, he can be fouled, he can be leaning, he finds the bucket.
I know the news from Rex Pfluger in this game was his no-turnover streak ended, but he gave you a really solid 19 minutes.
He's such an energy guy, and I'm glad he finally got a turnover. Now we broke that streak, which was an amazing streak. How he defends, how he energizes, how he drives to the bucket. He lifts our energy when he comes in the game.
He had 6 points in the game, an assist and a steal, in addition to 2 turnovers. But you go on to win at 63-55 to go 11-2 on the season. Your overall evaluation of your team's play to date?
I give us a B+. If we would have got Purdue or Villanova, I think you're in A range. But this was a group, remember, that was supposed to be in rebuilding mode this season. We weren't even thought about being an NCAA tournament team. We have made ourselves part of that discussion.
When we come back, we will show you one of the best moments in all of sports in this country this year, and it happened right here on this court. By now, I'm sure most of you have already seen the heart-tugging homecoming of Army First Lieutenant Bo Farrell, Matt Farrell's brother, right here on this court after the Colgate game. But we thought you'd like to see a little bit more of that great moment, both before Bo showed up on the court and what the two brothers had to say afterwards.
Notre Dame Nation, how we doing? My name's Bo, I'm Matt Farrell's brother. Just got home early from Afghanistan. Him, mom, and dad have no idea. Can't wait to see the look on their face, baby. Let's go Irish!
Irish fans, please direct your attention for a special announcement. Serving in Afghanistan is Bo Farrell. That's the older brother of point guard Matt Farrell. Bo's watching the game at his base where he is very early in the morning. We need to keep this a little bit of a secret, but following the game, we're going to have a surprise message from Bo. Can you hear us?
Hey, got it, sir. I'll talk to you after the game. Go Irish.
Go get it, Bo!
And Matt Farrell, 6'1", 178-pound junior out of Bridgewater, New Jersey.
For the Irish, they've really looked for him as a leader.
He might be one of the most improved players in the country.
Vastoria driving left side of the lane, throws it in the corner. Farrell for three. Got it, 7-0 Notre Dame. Farrell here at midcourt is going to dribble it out with a 77-62 victory.
Fans, please direct your attention to the video board for a special surprise live holiday greeting all the way from Afghanistan from Bo Farrell.
Maddie, I've been watching you tonight from here. For us, home is wherever we're together. You've always followed your hopes and always followed your dreams. And I just want you to know how proud I am of you. I love you, and I miss you very much. And I look forward to being home with you soon. Really, really soon.
When were you supposed to see him next?
He texted me we talk all the time, obviously,
Right.
but the last time we talked about him coming home, he was telling me middle of February. So, I was really excited about that because that was coming up, but he got me. His friends are here, too, that came for the game. I was wondering why they came for a Colgate game, too. But now I know why.
Best Christmas present ever?
Oh, yeah, by far. By far. We don't ask much for Christmas anyway, so this is the best present I've ever got.
When was the last time you guys even talked?
We talk every day,
Oh, you do?
all the time. Yeah, we try to FaceTime here and there, but the time difference is tough, but that's my guy, so we talk all the time.
Just now you came from Afghanistan?
Yes, I've gotten back within the past couple weeks, yeah.
Okay. But did you know he was in Texas or did you think he was in Afghanistan?
No, I thought he was still in Afghanistan until February.
Okay. So you've been back for a while.
I've been back, yeah, this was planned. This was like a 2-month-long event that was coordinated through the Notre Dame athletic department. And I cannot stress enough how much they have helped me out. It was unbelievable, the support from them. It was just reaching out to a former player who was good friends with Maddie and saying, hey man, I'm coming home this time. Is there something we could do to kind of surprise Maddie and the family? I said, oh, absolutely. And reached out to the athletic department and they did nothing but great things for helping put this together.
So no one in the Farrell family knew?
Nobody knew except for my grandmother and a couple aunts who kept trying to send me packages, and I said, all right, we got to stop sending packages because I'm not going to be there. So you just get, charged for no reason. So I told my grandmother, she helped me out. She made sure during the game that my mom and dad weren't looking up top. Because during the game, my dad pointed across and up a little bit, and I kind of freaked out. I was with a couple guys from the athletic department, and I ducked my head down. And they're like, it's clear, don't worry about it. So all the 2 months of planning for these 30 seconds of walking out there was hands down worth it.
Obviously a great moment, but I also think it was relatively unique. None of us have been able to think of an occasion where an athlete has surprised an active athlete in his family after a game coming home from a war zone.
I don't know if we've had a more powerful night around here in a long time. And I got text messages from people way outside of sport. This cut across all phases of life. And it was just so neat to do, especially around Christmas. And man, did we surprise Matt Farrell.
Certainly did, and his dad and his mom, who was absolutely in tears. It was a great moment. This week's Ask Coach Brey question is coming up right after this timeout. It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Brey. Now, if you would like to send in a question for Coach Brey, all you have to do is log on to UND.com and scroll down the main page to Ask Coach Brey. Now, this week's question comes from our old friend, Greg Ayers, now of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Coach, at what point this season did Matt Farrell become a leader of your team?
Quickly in our June practices, because he had such a great run in the NCAA tournament last March. He started the offseason, the summer, with the ball in his hands, being a voice.
Now, another great leader on this team right now is Bonzie Colson. In fact, he's a double-double machine. He has 7 double-doubles already this season and is averaging a double-double with just over 16 points and 10 rebounds a game. That has earned him the right to run this week's Inside Notre Dame Basketball Fast Break. Favorite all-time movie?
Space Jam.
First car you ever drove?
Mercury.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Kanye West.
Who was your role model?
My father.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
I can sing.
Favorite NBA player?
Draymond Green.
Favorite thing to do when relaxing?
Watching Netflix.
Favorite part of practice?
Getting kills.
Worst part of practice?
Losing and not getting kills.
Best part of your game?
Versatile.
Part of your game you need to work on?
3-point shooting.
Which is better, knocking down a long three, blocking a key shot, or grabbing a big rebound?
Getting a rebound.
City or place in the world you'd like to visit?
Bahamas.
Assistant coach who is most like Coach Brey?
Bolanis.
Ryan Ayers?
Smooth.
Eric Atkins?
Point guard.
Ryan Humphrey?
Big.
Best defender on the team?
Steve Astoria.
Best leaper on the team?
BJ.
Best dresser on the team?
Bonzie Colson.
Worst dresser on the team?
John Mooney.
Freestyle swimming race, 1 lap. Who wins, you or Coach Brey?
Me.
Bonzie is a very confident guy, even when it comes to swimming.
Well, in Pesaro, Italy, during our foreign tour, we had a dead heat, and he may have touched me out with that 7-foot wingspan. Really good swimmer, but he's a better basketball player.
No question about that. We're glad he is here. It is time now for the Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats, Play of the Week. And for this week's play, we go back to the end of the first half against Villanova in Newark, New Jersey.
Inbound Ryan to Farrell. Farrell over the midcourt strike. 2-1. Farrell left side. Farrell to the hoop for the finger roll. It's up and good at the buzzer. Matty Ice does it again. 41-36.
The ACC is now universally accepted as the best and deepest conference in all of college basketball, and you begin to run that gauntlet New Year's Eve in Pittsburgh.
Well, great challenge, and we've had great games with Pittsburgh. Haven't won many lately. Maybe we owe them one, but this league this year is the deepest conference I have ever experienced, going back to the Big East days. We have 11 or 12 teams that have an NCAA tournament look about them. So it's survive and advance and hang on in there and be together for 2.5 months.
And it's a league with great home court advantages, and you will need your fans on Wednesday night when you open the home portion of the schedule against the top 10 Louisville team.
Oh, there's no question about it. We need this building rocking when Louisville comes in here, because holding serve at home could be the difference between going to the NCAA tournament and not.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Basketball. Coach and I will be back next week to break down all the highlights of the Pitt and Louisville games. Until then, for Coach Brey, I'm Jack Nolan. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching, and go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Basketball is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Basketball is also brought to you by Bank of America, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airline, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics. Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats. Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, SiriusXM Satellite Radio, and UPS.